What is buy-to-let and how does it work? A buy-to-let property is one which is purchased with the sole intent of renting it out. This property can be anything from a small terraced house to a large penthouse flat. Let's break this one down into steps, starting from the purchase of the property. As our example, let's look at the below property, the beautiful 3-bed terraced house in Liverpool, L99BN. Step 1. We must begin by researching and valuing the property. We found that this property is worth £110,000. Step 2. We offer the current owner £110,000 and we have our offer accepted. Step 3. Because we are purchasing this property with a buy-to-let interest-only mortgage, we need to put down a 25% deposit, which in this case would be £27,500, as well as some extra cash for stamp duty, legal costs, and surveys. Your total purchase cost would be in the region of £35,000. Step 4. After a few months, we should have the keys in our hands if everything goes well. Step 5. We need to find a tenant who wishes to call this home. If you wish to do it yourself, by all means, feel free to, but it's much easier to have a letting agent do it. Step 6. More research on landlord tells us that this exact property should rent out for around £750, so let's charge the new tenants £750 a month. Step 7. From this point on, the tenant will pay us that £750 as monthly rent. If you're using a management company, the rent will be paid to them, and after they deduct their fees, good ones will charge 10% plus VAT. They will send you your half. Step 8. But of course, this won't all end up being profit because you have a mortgage to pay, as well as landlord insurance and other costs. It would break down like so. As you can see, whichever route you take, managed or self-managed, you end up with a fantastic return on investment. Step 9. And that's it. Feel free to put your feet up and watch some telly whilst you watch the rent come in every month. Or make yourself a nice cup of tea and sit down to learn some more about property investment. Step 10. Eventually, you will receive a call from the tenant or management company because something has gone wrong, whether that's the boiler or the taps. Simply just book an emergency tradesperson to go over and fix the issue. How much money do you need to buy a property to rent out? It depends on where you want to buy a property and what kind of property it is. If you're okay with purchasing a property in an up and coming area such as Bootle, Merseyside, you may be able to find a 2 or 3 bedroom terrace house for around £60,000. Your all-in purchase costs would come out to around £18,000. However, if you would like to purchase in a nicer area like the L99BN property mentioned earlier in this guide, you would need around £35,000 to cover all of these associated purchase costs. Looking at the higher end of the property spectrum, purchasing a similar to bed property in Greater London would require a budget of around £125,000. What are the advantages of buy-to-let? It's simple and beginner-friendly. It's the least time-consuming. The tenant turnover is low. Offers 2 types of returns in rental and capital appreciation. What are the disadvantages of buy-to-let? Other strategies can make you more money. It becomes a liability if it's ever void. To purchase a property to let, you must either use cash or a buy-to-let mortgage. Even if you have the cash available, it's a far better option to use a mortgage because it increases your rental income and portfolio value. For further information on buying to let, visit Amateur Landlord for an in-depth guide. Follow for more money-making tips and guides.